everybody. How's it going? Give me a second. How's it going? You know what I'm talking about. We are going to try. Let me just refresh my page here and see what's going on. Come on. Hi, everybody. We're home again. To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. How's it going, everybody? How are you? Hey, Tammy Sue. I used to know somebody named Tammy Sue. She's my cousin, actually. Hey, good market. Hey, Stephen, how's it going, everybody? Please pay no attention. Oh, I got to show you. Let me say hi. Carol McKinney, Donna Holland, Edie Murray, Faye Z, Julie Aston, Laura Higgins, Mama Cat, Patricia Furby, Paula 123, Sean B, Joanne Bird, Laura Higgins, and the chat keeps jumping. It keeps changing. So I'm going to pop my chat out. Make sure you're on live chat, not top chat, which I am at the moment. How's everybody doing? Hey, Betty, how's it going? All right. Now, before I get started, please pay no attention to the woman behind the piece of paper because I think my fan is still out in the coach. I missed my grinder. I had no grinder, so I couldn't roll a proper turbine. So I kind of coughed my way through the weekend. Hi, Bev, still in hospital. Hope to go tomorrow. What is going on with you in the hospital, honey? Why are you in the hospital? Refresh our memories, please. Hey, Dawn Beelman, how's it going? It's Bev, not Beck. Bev, as in short for Beverly. Now, I'm not going to ask Gracie because she's been coughing. It just started. It started yesterday or the day before. I can't remember what. She coughed up. Howie took her for a walk, and it's a dry cough. And he said she coughed off a whole bunch of slime. So maybe she's got a little tickle in her throat. I don't know. Hey, Mia Kitty Hines, how's it going? I out a post. Yeah, please do not share this. Well, because I have been away for the weekend and going live without the proper equipment doesn't always work. Right? So the fact, that's oxygen and cellulitis in both legs. Jesus. Really? Oh, honey. You know what? Don't rush getting home, right? You do not want to go home before you're actually able to care for yourself or have somebody look after you properly, okay? I don't know. But somebody recommended I give her a teaspoon of cider vinegar. And this is the quietest she's been. She's in her bed. I gave her a little shot of organic cider vinegar with the mother. And she did not like it. But she's now laying down and she's calmed down. I don't know. It just started at the couch. Oh, I got to remind Howie. Howie, are you in here? He's probably cleaning up the coach. I've got my stock pots on with water. I'm about to start peeling tomatoes and getting them in the stock pots to stew down so I can make and can spaghetti sauce tomorrow. Honey, help my doggies cough. Just FYI, I know saltwater hippie. Please don't jinx it. by saying anything. Everybody, take a look at Saltwater Hippie's comment, and please don't say anything. I'm glad you're doing better. I am. Please do not share this link until after I have, until after I have closed the live stream, had my argument with YouTube, and then made it public. Okay? Yeah, please use all caps. Hi, Secret Siren. How's it going? Autumn Gypsy, Judy Simpson, Vicky Lemire, Laura Higgins. I have to pick my whole garden, even unripe stuff. We're supposed to get snow tonight in Nebraska. Really? Wow. All my stuff is being allowed to go to seed now. Well, not all my stuff. I actually had a couple more summer spaghetti squashes come on the vines, and I picked them off. You know why? I don't want them to cross I just hope they haven't, wrecked my Cinderella pumpkins and made them stringy or something, because Cinderella pumpkins are really nice with meat. They're not nice with meat. They're really thick meat. Is that you, dear? I gave her a little shot of cider vinegar, and she's laying down, and it seems to have calmed things a bit. And if then we'll try later. We'll try, maybe if it starts up again, we'll try some honey. Oh, you're still picking, eh? So I've pickled green tomatoes. I've picked green tomatoes and fried them, but green tomato ideas are appreciated. Relish, green tomato chow pickle, like a bread and butter pickle. You can slice up the small ones and do them like that. So you've got bread and butter pickles. You can make salsa verde with your green tomatoes, and you can make relish with your green tomatoes. You can make mincemeat with your green tomatoes. Are you hearing all the green tomato ideas? Right? Hey, Dallas, darling, how are you? And Jean Phillips, how's it going? So anyway, honey, can you bring my speaker in after when you go out to the coach again? Oh, what about the sheets off the bed and the chairs and the couch? I would really like to wash them all. Okay. Okay, thank you, darling. I'm sitting by fire with jacket on. Oh, you're outside? Because we got home and Howie's like, ooh, maybe I should light a fire. It's like, no, don't light a fire. Okay, maybe if you can just make a little one with some kindling. You know why? Because he gets this house so hot I can't breathe. But we just made sure that I just turned the electric baseboards on. We're not ready for firewood yet. Last year we had a fire in August. That's how cold it got. Remember that last year, dear? Mrs. V, sorry, I was confused by seeing it. I certainly don't want to jinx anything. Thank you, Saltwater Hippie. So, green tomato mincemeat, you can can or freeze. Yes, I canned mine. I actually still have a jar from like 5 years ago. But somebody gave me a recipe idea. And so I'm going to try it for Thanksgiving if my mother-in-law comes. I just finished putting almost last into dishwasher, tired out, but been up for 7 hours already. Oh, don't overdo it, Red. Don't overdo it, okay? Please don't. I don't want you, relapsing. Every little gain you get is not meant so that you can rush and try and get shit done and then make yourself sick again. Do a little bit. Direct traffic with your husband if you have to, but please slow down. Okay? Okay. Thank you, darling. It's raining today. It's cold, and my wrists are so sore, and I figured out why. From coming in and out of the coach, I have to, and the arm on my chair to bring me in a sit-up position, it's really hard. I don't know why, but my wrists are really sore. Okay. Hey, Debbie HS, how's it going? It's damp. It's chilly. I'm actually thinking of, you know what? Will you guys excuse me while I actually go put a t-shirt on? I'll be right back. Oh, she did move. Where she went? There, that feels a little warmer. Yes, I'm wearing long pants and slippers, folks. That should tell you something about the weather right now. Just showing you. Gracie's back in and she's going to lay down. Okay. I hope all is safe and well where you are. We have big riots going on in Chicago. It's time to move out of the city. It's not a happy world right now in a lot of ways. And it's up to us to make it more happy, right? Hey, Doris, how are you, darling? She's right about small gains in recovery. I had a rotator cuff surgery in July and have to go back under for manipulation. My shoulder is frozen and so painful. Do everything to avoid relapse. Absolutely. Tony DeLuca, how's it going? Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Thank you. I have 3 of them. I have a pink one, but for some reason, the pink one, it was the really heavy knit cotton that doesn't really stretch, and so it's kind of uncomfortable. I like shirts with give. So, thank you. How's it going? Journey of light, a love and light. Thank you for posting stuff going on around you. Yeah, absolutely. It's not that we don't want to talk about it. It's just that a lot of times we come here to uplift each other out of the Scheisenheimer crap that's going on all over the world right now. I did my Cooking with Cannabis Sunday sesh yesterday. Wah! Oh man. All I could tell you is that after the session was over and Howie and I were getting ready to watch TV, I said, Howie, I said, I can hear my heart. And he looked at me. I said, I can hear my heart. It makes a chugging noise. I could literally hear my get some chips. See, there's no coughing. And thank you, whoever told me to give her cider vinegar, because maybe there's a tickle in there and maybe that will burn it or sting it a bit so that it doesn't. But anyway, when Howie went to the store, I was looking out the window and way across the cornfield, there was some trees and some shrubs, but there was these really tall, spindly trees with almost umbrella tops on them, and the sun was setting behind them. So I went like this, and I made the window really, really small. And for about 5 minutes, I was in Africa. Bev. Betty Furtick says, Bev, today is my oldest son's 53rd birthday. Could you sing happy birthday for him? His name is Fred. He's not right here right now, but I'll play it, of course. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Fred. Happy birthday to you and many more. Mwah! There you go. Play that for him later. What, dear? Oh, okay. So, I'm here to say also, while I was hearing my heart beat and I was looking through a magical window to Africa, I'm going to say small doses of magic mushrooms with marijuana completely removed my pain. Completely removed my pain. Couldn't believe it. Like I wasn't getting up and dancing or nothing. I was dancing in my chair, but it was like while I was medicating, I was completely pain free on the Cooking with Cannabis live stream yesterday. It was really good. So I'm not saying that you should imbibe because in larger quantities or even in some small quantities, magic mushrooms are a hallucinogenic, but they also have in microdoses really good pain relief quality when used with marijuana. Yes, nature is wonderful. And I can't believe I've spent my entire life or adult life being terrified of them. Why? Because, well, I have a really active imagination, right? I have a really active mind. And I also suffer from mood disorder. Um, um, I suffer severe depression. It's almost, I'm pretty much bipolar, right? But I have been on the same medication that started out as antidepressants for 27 years, and it just works, right? Are you having back? No, no wonder. No wonder, Stephen. You're a juggernaut. Please pray wildfires close on watch. Our bags are packed. You're in Oregon, right? Or are you in Ohio? There's fires going everywhere. If there's not fires, there's floods. It's nuts. So scared of mushrooms, don't want to see scary things. Well, then don't take them. Because you have to be in a mindset, and I don't want to talk about it on this channel, but you have to be in a mindset where everything's good and you feel safe and comfortable, right? I did not tell Howard because he was worried when I ordered them, right? He was worried. He's like, Bev, you can, and I said, no, that's why I'm going to start in microdoses and see, right? The first little micro dose I took was like 1/10 of a gram or something, right? And all it did was make my skin tingle. So that with the marijuana made a big difference, right? So yesterday when I tried it, I took about 1/3 of a gram, half a gram, and I heard my heartbeat, and I saw the sun set over the plains of Africa. And then I watched Dusk Till Dawn on Netflix with Howie. It was awesome. Oregon. Okay, well, you just make sure you have all your important papers packed. Okay? Important papers. Okay? Insurance papers, mortgage documents, anything like that you may need, health cards, all those things. The fires are bad in Colorado too. Yesterday it was snowing, ashes, and it was very smoky. Well, the snow's coming then, eh? No, it's from the surgery. Weather is changing. Rain is a coming. Oh, what surgery? I didn't know you had surgery on your back. Are you insane, Stephen? You out there working like a nailer every single day, dawn till almost dusk. No, dawn till way past the gloaming. And you've had back surgery. Epilepsy, yes. I make a tea out of mushrooms and woodworm and mint and add a few slices of ginger. Ooh. And how does that do for you? And how much do you use? I'd like the recipe. Yeah, the rain's already here. Wisconsin, the rain is coming. Hey, Aspasia? Tinsman? Aspasia? Did I say it right? Spokane has not been hit with the smoke, but it's coming. Oh, man. I need to know what you were smoking because I could use a trip to Africa. I was smoking a hybrid of 50-50 indica and stevia because I didn't want to go to bed, right? I was smoking, it is called grapefruit Gorilla Glue 1, I think. Grapefruit GG1, and I got that at Hobo's on Maryville in Ottawa. Neck surgery has definitely put a damper on a lot of things I used to do. 7 back fusions, Stephen, just so you could work yourself to death. Well, you know what? If you're doing what you love, I'm not going to say a word because I do crap that causes me pain every single day. Every single day. Coming to Wisconsin all week and cooler temps. Well, epilepsy, I would recommend a really nice, not a sativa, because epilepsy is a neurological thing, right? And you don't want a neurological high. You want a body stone. You want something that's going to relax you. Okay? Marijuana is great for seizures. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I have no professional view on this, only my personal view. I have a cousin who would have seizures constantly, and that's what they use is marijuana. So we could get frost here in Minnesota Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Wow. Well, there you go. It does. Now remember, Stephen, marijuana doesn't kill pain. It allows you to manage the pain. Please do not confuse marijuana, folks, with painkillers. Painkillers are a pharmaceutical bastardization of pharmaceutical painkillers are mostly opiates, and they're a pharmaceutical bastardization of opium. Okay, I can't do opiates, but well, I can, but I have to take Benadryl and shit with it. But don't when you this is the simplest way I can explain it. Painkillers kill pain. And if you kill the pain, you could be working and doing further damage to the pain because you can't feel it. Pain is in your body for a reason, okay? It's one of those things that tells you, oops, you might be pushing it too far. But if you kill the pain, then you really are going to push too far and you're going to hurt yourself, especially if you're a go-getter like Stephen Seedfeld. I know you love your job. So, but marijuana and edibles, especially indicas, allow you to relax and manage the pain. Now, I don't like high-end sativas because they're a neurological high, but for daytime use, I use an indica sativa hybrid so that I'm relaxed, but I've got some pep in my step, right? But it also allows me to still feel pain so that I know when to stop, right? Absolutely, Stephen. I know you. I know, honey, but a lot of people confuse painkillers with marijuana, and marijuana is a pain manager. It's not a painkiller. I vape CBD for my back when it gets to where I can't stand it any longer. Hey, Super Hazer, how's it going, darling? I didn't see you, Angel. Hello. Make sure you're on live chat, not top chat. And so I'm trying to make cream corn with my dried corn. So if it works or doesn't work, it'll be a video anyway, right? So that's on. What I did is I came home and I just heated milk to the almost boiling point and then dumped in corn and then put a lid on it and I'm letting it soak for the day. And then later I will, do some flour and butter and a little bit of cream, and we'll see what I can whip us up. What would you use for anxiety? Always an indica. If you suffer, that's another thing. If you suffer, now I don't do a lot of stuff anymore, but I do share my experience, strength, and hope. I am in no way a Bud Bev, okay? But if you have emotional anxiety disorders, or if you have anxiety or mood swings or anything like that, please avoid high sativas. Don't get anything higher than a 50% sativa indica mix. Nothing higher. And if you have really bad anxiety, stay away from anything sativa altogether. Okay? Because it's a neurological high. It could wake you up. And if you're like this, you don't need anything more fire any more cylinders firing, right? You want to chill. So that's where the indica couch comes from. The indica. Melt you, yeah, the higher the indica. And I've got to say, I got from Hobos. This is called 1812. It knocks you on your butt. Its nickname is 8-Ball Kush. And this is really nice. But I am smoking a mix right now of the grapefruit and of the... Now, remind me about my hair and remind me about my tea towels in a second. But please... Oh, Tony, what's going on, baby? Please pay no attention to the woman behind the piece of paper. Because I can't find my fan. It's out the coach, I think. What's going on, Tony? Only 13 markets left. I think I may have packed my... Yes, if you have never used THC, please go very slow. I can make a horrific anxiety attack. Now listen, that's what I said. If you're not used to THC, as who said that? Journey said, take it slow. When I first started smoking for my pain, which was like 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. And my doctor, now back then, you had to have a medical license to use marijuana here in Canada. Okay. So my doctor said, try, because she sent me to pain specialists and x-rays and all this stuff, tried me on all these different drugs. I just kept having bad reactions to them. And so she sent me to a pain specialist, the last pain specialist she sent me to before the medical marijuana came, she sent me to a pain specialist in Gatineau. And I made sure I took Tylenol because I knew he was going to test me for fibro. And they used to test you by touching and pressing on pressure points. Last time somebody did that to me, I was in a fibro flare for 3 days, right? So I took Tylenol because I couldn't take anything else and still drive. And so I said, okay, I'm ready. And he said, for what? I said, for the pressure points test. We said, we don't do that anymore. I said, well, then how do you diagnose me? He said, I ask you a lot of questions and I ask you to move certain ways so I can see how you move. Like I ask you to bend and turn and lift your arms and stuff like that. But he said, no, we don't do pressure points. And it creates problems, right? Well, Tony, you need a sativa then, man. Good morning, McCann's Heart. Go Idaho! What was this about Tanya? Tanya, what did I see? Somebody fill me in. Bev, that's how I was tested. Had negative reactions on all 18 points. Oh, me too. When my sister did it. And then it was years. It's been years from that point. I was afraid to go to a doctor for it. So then, finally, after me going through medication, anti-inflammatory, medication after medication, specialists, all this stuff, she finally sent me, and he examined me, and he asked me a whole ream of questions, and he said, "Oh yeah, you're classic full-on fibromyalgia." He said, "Classic full-on fibromyalgia." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "I'm glad I didn't touch any of your pressure points." And I said, well, and on his wall was a poster for Celebrex. Celebrex wrecked my system for anti-inflammatories even before I had my gastric bypass. So I can't have anti-inflammatories. I can if they're injected and not too often, right? But if I have to take them orally, for starters, they upset my stomach, and but secondary, my legs start to swell. Something got busted. So anyway, I said, they've tried everything. I said, including that stuff, would just about killed me. And I said, my doctor thinks I may be heading for marijuana. And he goes, well, we have a pill for that now. I said, what do you mean? He said, it's synthetic marijuana. I said, I don't do well on synthetics, but we'll give it a shot. So he diagnosed me, and he wrote me a prescription for, I forgot what the hell it was called. Tanya, that's awesome. Are you getting support? Are you getting support? Yeah. Because it's really, really important that you get support. Fern in a 12-step program is that you're not alone, and that you're not unique, and that if you go to enough meetings, you'll hear somebody else tell your story because they'll have lived through it too. And that's a really great support system. No, none from family. Well, okay, maybe you should think about going to a 12-step program. Give it 6 meetings. That's all I ask. Go to AA, find a speaker meeting. Don't go to a closed discussion meeting, because that means you have to identify as an alcoholic and you have to share. Well, you don't have to share, but you have to identify as an alcoholic, or you can't be there, because closed discussion groups are closed for a reason, because people share their stuff, and what you see there, when you leave there, let it stay there, right? What you hear here, who you see here, let it stay here when you leave here, is the rule of thumb in any AA meeting. But I recommend, if you can go to an AA meeting, pick a speaker meetings and go to 6 of them. Okay? I don't care if it's 1 a week or 1 a day, but go to 6 meetings and keep an open mind. I guarantee somebody's going to tell you your story, and you're going to identify, and you're going to want to talk to that person, because you're going to want what they have, right? So, way to go, Tanya. Please, it doesn't have to be this hard. There is help, okay? I had an anxiety attack on edibles in Denver. Can laugh now, but at the time it was terrifying. It was Comic-Con weekend. Holy crap! Oh my God. You did sativa edibles and went to Comic-Con? Because I'm guaranteeing it was a sativa. Wow, you'd be tripping. Yeah, and if you are going now, that's another thing, Tanya. No, I've said enough. If you are going to use marijuana for the first time, don't do edibles. Don't do edibles if it's your first time using marijuana. Anyway, the doctor gave me the synthetic marijuana prescription pills, and I took them, and I started itching all over. It was like I had lice, but there was nothing. There was nothing wrong with me. There was no rash, no nothing, right? And it was like a junkie itch. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, it's like you want to scratch, right? Because that's what happens to me when I have to take opiates, and I have to take Benadryl with them. So I looked up the medication, and I looked up common reactions, and 99% of the reactions that people got, if they reacted to this drug, was nothing like my reaction. So I went to the pharmacy, right? And I said, and he looked it up, and he said, no, there's nothing here for that reaction to this drug. I said, dig deeper. I said, I'm contrary. My body's contrary. And he found it. Out of all of the people who react to this drug, only 1% reacted the way I did. And he goes, I'm going to have to put you down as you know, allergic to it. And I went, shh. So then I went back to my doctor. She threw her hands up in the air and said, go and see this pain specialist. You're going to have to go on medical marijuana. She would do me a favor. She said, try it first. She said, when was the last time you ever smoked marijuana? I said, I don't know, teenage years. And she said, try it first. She said, because you don't want to go through 6 months to a year of paperwork and legalities, okay, if you're going to react to it. And I went, okay, because I remember throwing up on marijuana when I was young, when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. But it was because I was drinking. And alcohol is a toxin and marijuana is a medicinal herb. And when you put them in your body, they war with each other. It's not a good thing. So she said, we want to make sure it's not the marijuana that was doing that to you, right? Because I haven't had a drink 23 years, right? So I had to do a lot of emotional groundwork, okay? Because I am sober. And please don't switch dishes. Don't use marijuana to get off alcohol, okay? Because then you're making it a psychological addiction. You're making it a crutch. I had to go through months of journaling and talking to open-minded AA members and all that stuff, because not every AA member is open-minded. A drug is a drug is a drug, right? Well, I'm sorry, marijuana for me is an herb, and I am not addicted to it, and I don't react to it, other than to get occasionally silly. So she said, try it first. So Howie got some from a trusted person, and he rolled me a joint, and I took 3 puffs, and I slept 5 hours that night without pain. Not without pain, but I slept 5 hours comfortably. Right? 3 puffs. Now I smoke 2 of these a day. 2 of these a day. And like Howie was worried on Friday. Okay, this is funny too, because on Friday, hey, Sue Marie, it's in and out journey for me. So, hey, get your coffee, McCann's heart. So anyway, I had to do a lot of mental and emotional step preparation work to remove it from the last time I smoked marijuana as a street drug over to this side of my brain. I don't know if that's the correct hemispheres, by the way, but here is a drug is a drug is a drug, and you buy that shit on the street, and you used to get high and dance on coffee tables and blah, blah, blah. That's what I was drinking. Over to here, saying this is a medicine, Bev. Treat it as such. Can I help it if getting high is a side effect? But anyway, on Friday, hey, Pam 912. Hey, Jessica Pierce. So after that, right? Now on Friday, I was really stressed out because I was chopping peppers, and I did a live stream and I made it private because I was really bitchy. And when Howie came home, he was like, okay, well, what do you need to do? Right? I had been, by the time we got to the park or the drag strip and unpacked and everything, I was ready for a joint. I hadn't had one in 36 hours. And Howie's like, okay, watch your behavior, Bev, because you were really uptight and bitchy. And I said, okay, let me clarify. Yeah, I was out without a joint for 36 hours. A, it was I was taking a tolerance break. And B, I had to drive. And C, The house was a mess. It's the middle of canning season, and I'm supposed to go to the racetrack and twiddle my thumbs and leave work behind that needs to get done, or it's just going to pile up. So the anxiety you got wasn't necessarily, part of it was I'm in pain and I'm working my ass off to get things ready, and I can't medicate to help the pain while I'm working. You get it? And and then there's the stress of not being of having to get everything done so that I could go and do nothing for the weekend. Right? So there was many factors as to why I was really, not in good shape on Friday. Right? So on your book channel, what kind of books do you read? My sister wrote a book. I read the first off, I read stuff that is in the public domain in Canada so that I can not get copyright strikes. So I've read all the Little House of the Prairie books and then some. I've read A Lantern in Her Hand, which is kind of a pioneer book. I've read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which is growing up poor in Brooklyn in the early 1900s. What else have I read? Nine Brides in Granny Height. And I had to read it phonetically because it was phonetically written and nobody could understand what I was saying because I was like some kind of mountain language. Yes, the stress, pain, aggravation. We understood you perfectly, or I did. Thank you, Paula. So that's like Howie said, I'm just pointing out the behavior. And I pinned it all down for him. I said, I know exactly where the behavior was coming from. I couldn't medicate. I was working hard to get stuff done. And I didn't necessarily want to go leaving that much work behind. So I was working twice as hard and without pain medication, right? I don't take Tylenol. I take Robaxacet once a day, usually in the morning or before bed, one or the other. And it is an extra strength Tylenol with a muscle relaxer on the back of it. And but I don't like to because it's hard on your liver. And I am an alcoholic. I was an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. I'm always this far away from my next drink. I'm a bitch when I hurt. Hubby can attest to that for sure. Absolutely. Hey, Robert Hickman, how you doing? I get bitchy when I hurt. Absolutely. I'm in pain right now, but it's damp. So I can only get oil down here. So edibles are my only thing. I'm finding a 20 milligram blend is working for me. Oh, great. Excellent. That's wonderful. Hey, Rob, how are you? This is Rob, right? How are you, darling? So thank you, Journey. Getting ready to pin out block snowflakes. I will have a white tree this year, an all white tree. Wow, we're already talking about Christmas trees. Well, the truth is, back there's all my Christmas cards for this year. And when I was in Costco, I grabbed the ones from the Charlie Brown ones. They're new ones this year, but here. And normally I would spend more than $1.99 on a box of Christmas cards. Normally I would go to Value Village in July and grab the bags of all these Christmas cards people get and don't use, and they donate them to Value Village. And I'll buy, 99 cents for a bag of Christmas cards. I've got some Courier and Ives cards. They're that old. But last year, when I knew I wasn't going to be able to, I didn't know I was going to be able to see a lot of people, but I saw the Peanuts cards, the Charlie Brown cards in Costco, and went, and my child just did a little dance. So I thought, I have to have that. The child in me had a little dance. So I was at Costco last week or the week before, and I put the Peanuts one in my cart, and I was looking at the more traditional ones. Right? Because the Peanuts cards I reserve for family who gets it, like brothers and sisters and, cousins and stuff. But I was looking at the more traditional ones, and I heard this voice behind me go, honey, it's only August. And I looked at him and I said, do you want to be out here shopping for Christmas cards in cold and flu season this year? And he went, Brilliant. Got it. Right. He, he said, never even thought about it. But you could see when he walked away, he was looking all around Costco. Yeah, I automatically started at somebody prepping, I'm sure of it. Decarbing, drying, chlorophyll. Oh, what are we asking about here? In chat, are there any people that have questions regarding indica, sativa, THC, CBD, or terpenes? Okay, I'm going to ask Super Hazer, what are terpenes? Where's Matt? Hey, Matthew Thomas. Morning, honey. Working on thread fillet crochet tree skirt. Wish me luck getting it finished. Getting it finished in time. I still have a quilt to finish. But after I get off here, I'm going to be peeling tomatoes and getting them into the stock pots and stewing. And then I'm going to start chopping onions. Because tomorrow I be canning spaghetti sauce. Yeah, I'm going to throw canned spaghetti sauce in with my tomatoes. And I'm going to throw canned tomatoes in. I'm going to throw in a big jar of tomato paste. And I'm going to throw in canned mushrooms. But guess what? I'm just, making cheap spaghetti sauce better. Full of veg. Celery. Oh, yeah, I got to do my celery. I got 4 beds of it. It's loaded, too. All this rain is it's just going. Hi, Bev. I have started canning here in the UK. Oh, Rena, that's awesome. Were you able to get a pressure canner? I knit, crochet, quilt, tat, bake. Grandma taught me. What is tatting? And does anybody know what huck toweling is? I've heard about huck toweling. I have no idea what it is. Hey, Rosie Slade. I was wondering if my Ronco dehydrator would still work. I haven't used it in 9 years. I have no opinion on a Ronco because I don't know what they are. I use a Nesco. The only 2 dehydrators that I actually recommend are Nesco's, American Harvest, or an Excalibur. And my price range is the Nesco. I've got to send one to Sherry Harris Holcamp over to Family Homestead because she won one, and the other one's getting sent after October 1st to the next person who wins. Dallas. Okay. Try it. You never know, but the reasons I like the dehydrators that I do is because they have thermostats, okay, and they have fans, and that means it gets proper. Because a lot of food, if you don't dry it properly, will lose its flavor and its nutritional value, right? Do you grow THC? Absolutely. Got a greenhouse full right now. Well, it's not full. I got like 5 plants in there. The big ones are blueberry, and I think I have 2 Cindy 99s. Hello from Wisconsin. Hi, Linda Peterson. How's it going? Oh, don't make me your go-to for everything, sweetheart. Always do research. I'm just me. I can make mistakes. You go back at my older videos, you'll see my mistakes, right? I'm wanting a dehydrator and a pressure canner. Well, Christmas is coming. Ask. Gotta run and elevate my knee. Absolutely. Hugs to all of you. Take care, Angel. And you know what? It's coming up on an hour, and I do have work to do. So, Wisconsin is represented today. Absolutely. So, Jenny, United States Patriot. Bev, I'm enjoying the discussion on cannabis. Thank you. Oh, well, you're quite welcome. I don't normally discuss it on this channel because I do have a cannabis channel, but then I don't put any energy into that channel anymore because I just don't have the energy to put into it. I mean, all my reading channel folks are waiting for the next book in the Anne of Green Gables series. Oh, yeah, I'm working on the Anne of Green Gables series right now, and then I'm going to do Little Women. But a lot of people are waiting for those books because it's canning season, and I'm having physical difficulties this year, right? So I hope it goes smoothly too. You're going to see the whole process from peeling the tomato right up to bottling the spaghetti sauce. So, because I have to do a full fledged video on it. Bev, Super Hazer says terpenes are the flavors you taste with your tongue. Flavonoids is what you smell. Oh, oh. And I heard that it's really good to dry, when you dry your cannabis, to dry it in 68 degrees or less. Like between 65 and 70 degrees, because it really lets the terpene flavors, it lets the flavors mature. That is why I decarb at 212 to preserve them. They have benefits as well. Okay, well, I'm going to try 212. Actually, I don't have an oven that does 212 right now. I have had to decarb. I've had to put my marijuana in a tinfoil pouch and decarb them in my new wave oven because, or did I do them in a pie plate with foil over them? Something, but I had to do them in my little countertop new wave because my oven is not allowing me to do the temperature properly. So she missed mine. We'll get Terry's. I'm Bev. Okay, I got it. Okay. Now listen, folks. I have to go peel tomatoes and get them in the stew pot. And if I have time, then I got to chop onions and garlic for and put them in the fridge for the sauce tomorrow. Right? So I'm going to say I need to go. I will be moving my entire grow bag garden into the garage today due to snowstorm coming in tonight. Might need to medicate, Bev. Ooh, I guess so. Um, Take care, everybody. Now, listen, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual hug. Now, this is a non denominational plea to the higher power of your understanding. I choose to call my higher power God, but don't let that stop you or hold you back from adding your light, your love, and your energy to this push we give out to the world every day. Okay? So, but if you don't want to stay, there's no judgment either. Okay? But for all those who care to, let's take a nice deep breath. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank God it's us. We're back today. And we're all talking about the miracle of cannabis that you gave us. Thank you for that. Because we know you caused the grass to grow for cattle and herb in service of man. Thank you, God, for that. Direct quote. Thank you, God, that I was following Howie both to and from the racetrack with the truck because doors seem to open all over the coach when he drives down the highway. And I was able to get him to pull over and fix it. Thank you for whoever told me to give Gracie a little bit of cider vinegar, and she hasn't coughed since. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my pain, God, because it tells me how to behave and how not to behave. But God, I'm going to ask you for some energy today because I got work to do. But God, all our friends, all our family, and all the bad people in the world. Now, I'm not lumping them in with my friends and family, but there's a lot of nasty people out there, God. We so often pray and plead for all of the people that are alone or rejected or neglected or addicted, all those people Um, these things that afflict us can turn us dark, God, sometimes. So I choose not to see the bad in everybody, God. I just want everybody to pray for those folks that seem the most afflicted, even if they're afflicted with anger or rage, because they must be in a very painful place. So, God, let's pray for the assholes, okay? The people that we look at and think are assholes. They probably need our prayers the most. So, we give them to you, God. And for the rest of the world, we lift them up, God. All the people in pain, all all the people that are alone or neglected or rejected or because they may not be able to lift themselves up to you today. Look after us all, God. I know it's a big job, but we're going to throw the negativity back and look forward with patience and tolerance and love today. Thank you for that, God. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Blessed be. Peace be with you. Merry meet. For whatever your greeting is, I just want to say thank you for helping us put a spiritual push to healing the world today. All right. I love you, guy. I love you. Yeah, I love you, God. I know. I'm sorry. I love you guys. All things being equal and ordinary, we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Take care. God bless. I got tomatoes to peel. I love you. Remember, your life has value. No matter what, sometimes we feel really, really useless and we feel like we're a burden on people. You're not, because you're here for you. Take care. God bless.